Welcome back to Bonneyville. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2 on PlayStation 5. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me. Please, please, please don't forget to hit that like. And if you're liking, why not subscribe? And if you're already a subscriber, why not check out some of the other fun things on my channel, such as membership and the merch store. Anyway, here we are back at Bonneyville. And what are we doing? Well, a few things that we're doing. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So I tidied up down here a bit. I've tidied up some of these, but not all of them. It's just a bit time consuming. That's all. This is doing quite well now. You can see we've got some product outside, which is great. We've got a whole load of trucks here, which they're all sort of queuing to get in. Speed this up a bit. There's been a bit of a kerfuffle on this one, and it's a bit of a what you call it? They all came in a hurry, and as a consequence, they all ended up jamming each other up. But it's working itself out. Now, one of the things I realized when I put the lines together is that we have this fuel truck line, and this fuel truck line was picking up fuel here and was heading into the city, which is fine. I was thinking of modifying that, but I do want to bring in like purpose-built little fuel trucks at some point, so I've just left that as it is. However, with the tool trucks, what I realized was we're picking up tools and heading into the city, and rather than come all the way back empty, what I've decided to do is they're coming over here and picking up logs, and then taking logs down to the timber and getting rid of those. So it's a little bit of a loop. So then the only bits where they're running empty is from the city to the sidings, and from the timber plant to the exchange. So that means that we can just make a little bit of extra money on that line, given that they're doing that. And that's some of the things we're going to need to think about in the future. With this one, nothing at the minute, but we're getting there. We're going to talk about that in a minute, because eventually we're going to have machines to deal with. The train is doing very well. As you can see here, I have expanded the train, and the train is running full, and it's making more than 1.5 million on that full length. Look at that. That was the first time that it ran complete. So it's a long journey, yes, but he does make me quite a bit of money when he gets there. So that's perfectly fine and dandy. Oh, so that's all working okay. And you can see here we've got a bunch of products building up, which is just fine. And I modified this a little bit, and I modified that a little bit, and I brought in this bridge. Bridges. I can't tell you how many goes it took me to build something that looks like a relatively consistent bridge. The on Transport Fever 3, they pardon me. What they showed on Transport Fever 3 was a multiple level junction in a city. If they're going to be doing multiple levels, they've really got to get this bridging sorted, because doing the bridges is a bit of a nightmare. It's why I kind of hate doing bridges. Anyway, the point is, Antiquera is getting some fuel now, so we've obviously got trucks running from here that are carrying the product over here, and then picking up fuel and bringing it back here, and then going back here to do it all again. So that's fine. I mean, in theory, I could have them go from there to pick up fuel there and take that there as well. And then you have a sort of a loop of stuff. We could do that and try and see how that works out in terms of productivity and cost and everything. The thing is to keep this volume up. There's an awful lot of trucks here, so if we were to take that volume of trucks and run it through here, we'd be running all these trucks through the city, and the emissions are going to go sky high. Sometimes loops may not work out to be the best deal, but anyway, there you go. So we have this, which is fine now. You can see we've got we've got a lot of trucks. We've got some lines that possibly need balanced. This is still doing fine, busy, but fine. Rivas Vashi Madrid now wants tools and machines. So that's great, because we're just about to talk about tools and machines. So it's great that that supply has come in. There's an awful lot of timber there for now, but again, this is going to become slightly more important soon. The logs are doing okay. Up here at Ubeda, we are doing okay now with food. 97 out of 101. So we've got this working pretty well. The production is working, it's shipping, it's doing the things it needs to do. So that's all fine. They're all doing really well. Villa de Cans, I haven't fixed like this and this, as you can see here with the hubs. I haven't fixed those yet. Villa de Cans, we're not getting anything to Villa de Cans at the minute. And we have the you can see now all of this stuff. This is now, there are so many bricks that things are starting to stack up, which, which is fine. That's we need to find more avenues for getting rid of this stuff. We need more trains. We need to sell more product. That's great. That's a problem to have. So it just means I need to start working on creating some new lines, various other bits and pieces. And this I redid, which is doing fine. And why did I do that? Well, there's another line here, isn't there? Again, getting this done was quite complex and quite complicated, and bridges. So anyway, where does this go? Well, young man and lady, this heads off up the coast. So this is the coastal line now. Well, I say coast, the river. It heads up the side of the river, um, and it runs past here, and it runs up here, and it ends up here at the steel plant, and it is connected to the steel plant with a little bit of jiggery pokery. And I did a little bit of moving some stuff around to get that all to work out perfectly well. For some reason, it's not storing coal. Um, I think it's to do with the fact that we've already got ore there. It's adding it to the production. So it's going to keep going until we get that production up, I think. Anyway, so what have I done? Well, I've done this outdoor train station loading area because we need steel. So it's a pretty long train. I'm probably going to want it to carry a lot of steel. And these loops, I've done these loops. They're all 120 kilometers an hour loops. I think this one's not. I think this one's just under 100. But that's fine because it's near the train station anyway, and it takes time to speed up, and then they have to slow down, etc. Then we loop around here. We loop in here because this is the closest food supply. So my intention, hopefully, is that the steel train will come in here and also pick up food. So we'll have steel and food, and then it'll run down the coastline, all the way down the coast to the hub. And this is where I'm sort of umming and ahhing about what I do here, because do I make this, because this is already getting quite busy with product. Do I make this another hub, and we have the steel and the food coming in here? Because Villa de Cans wants food. Then we have steel, for example, going all the way down here to Arrecife. And I'm sure they'll probably want something else like food or bricks or something again at some point. And then we have a steel truck, or a steel train, which also heads all the way out here to Rivas, and it could possibly bring more bricks. I don't think we're shifting tools out here yet, so maybe steel and tools, and then it can pick up machines and bring machines back. Right, and then that would mean the machines could get dropped off at Villa de Cans, and then the tools and the machines could come back up here, and we pick up the food and stuff. So I'm kind of thinking that rather than have this be a hub, we have this be the hub. for the steel line, and we bring the steel in here, and then, like I've said, we have a steel train that goes down this way, and a steel supply train that goes over that way. I think that's kind of what we need to do, right? So that's the thing that's going to help get us sorted here. While this is, we'll probably just put that on regular play because one of the other things I've been doing is I've been replacing these things um, as much as I can, like 15 at a time. There's so many of them. I don't want to end up in a situation where I'm just doing them all at once. And you can see there that we also have now the American Stagecoach. So as the horse-drawn carriages are coming up for renewal, I'm replacing them with Stagecoach, right, in and around the place. So that's what's currently happening. Anyway, we got 12 million, so we can put a train on. So what do we need to do, and how are we going to do this? Um, right. Stuff to do, stuff to do, stuff to do. So possibly the first thing we need to do is look at, let's sort out the food for Villa de Cans first. So what Villa de Cans needs is food over here. So that's pretty easy. There's like one little train station or bus station. So all we need to do from here is then set up a line, which is going to be from the transfer hub to here, and this one's going to pick up from either. Probably don't want to wait for it to be full because we might end up jamming the place up. But we do want food, and it's fine. And then that'll offload that, and that'll be fine. And that then becomes the Villa de Cans food trucks. Right, so we've got the Villa de Cans food trucks, and what we will do is we'll put a couple of trucks on. We need the covered horse-drawn carriage. We start with 6 now. We know we're going to need more, but this is just to get it running. We don't want to burn all our money, so we'll start with 6. We'll start to get them moving around, and that'll create the demand for the food that we need. So then what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to think about the train route. So I think let's do the first train route first. So we're going to start here up at Columnar Viejo Steel. And I think what I'm actually going to do is I am going to rename this line. Lower, we'll call it columnar steel plant. So we'll call that the columnar steel plant, right? So there we are. Then it's going to come in here, and we'll call that the columnar food plant, right? And then it's going to come all the way down the coast to Villa de Cans. Villa de Cans. I'm going to call this hub, right? So at the steel plant, we probably can't wait for a full truck, but you know, there you go. So he's going to load up with steel there, right? He's then going to head off to the columnar food plant, and then he's going to load up with food there. And then when he gets down here, we don't know what he's going to load up with for now, so we'll say nothing. But he's going to unload everything, right? Now, steel and food. Let's have a look at the trains because I think they're different wagons, and if they're different wagons, then I don't think we need to worry too much about it. So there's the food wagon and there's the steel wagon. Yeah, so that's fine. So they're two different wagons, which is great. We haven't gotten any new trains or any new wagons yet. So that's all good. So that will sort that out. Um, what we'll do is, for starters, is we will have a look at the kind of train that we want to build to do that. So let's put that there. That'll be that one. So did we even name that line? Did we even name that line? We didn't. We didn't name that line. So uh, columnar Villa de Cans freight 1. Right. Columnar Villa de Cans flight 1. Right. So we're going to want one of these. And we're going to want, let's say, we don't know how big we're going to start. So we'll start the same as we've done before. We'll do like 4 of those and 4 of those, and that's fine. And that will go on the Columnar Villa de Crans freight. So that's okay. So he's sitting there, and that's all well and good. Now then, before he embarks, we're going to have to go through putting some more trains on the line. Now, that means we're very much getting the situation where we're going to have to double line some of these areas. So I'm going to have to double line this, I think, because we want trains to, we're going to want bypass trains to come down here and carry steel down here, and also steel and bricks through there and back again. So what I'm going to do quickly is, you really don't need to see me do that. You know how that is done. I'm going to go through and I will double line this line down to this station, and this whole line. We probably don't need to double line it all, actually. We need to double line at the stations. We just need some passing places on this one. So what I'll probably do is, because it does tend to be a bit of trial and error, I'll need some signals and things. But what I'll do is, this is like a big area where we can put a big passing line on it, and so I don't need to worry about it. So I'll go through and I'll double line the stations so that we have some additional places for the trains to go through and pick up and drop off, etc. And I will, this is a short line, so it's probably easy just to double line this whole short section, albeit there's a tunnel in the way. And then I will probably just do this long section here and put in some crafty signals. So I'm going to go and do that, and I'll bring you back when that's done. I'll see you in a minute. Right. Here you go. Right, so what have I done? What I have done is I have added a little bit of a crossover here. There's roughly about 400 or 500 meters there. That should probably be enough for now. If I need to make it longer, I can make it longer, but I'm not really... I don't really think I need 2 trains on this bit for right now, but I might need in the future, so you never know. So we've we haven't got crossover here, so I'll show you how to do this, so that you have seen it at least once, because I know maybe some people haven't seen it. So anyway, so this is the thing. So you want crossover points. What do crossover points do? Well, crossover points let you choose either platform, and it gives trains opportunities to load and unload at either platform. So if one platform is already busy, it can go to the other one, and then it can head out again. It also means that if the train comes in on the right hand side and goes here, it can then come out and switch over and go out on the other right hand side and head off and dump up into each other. So what you need to do is, the first thing you need to do is come a little bit of away from the station, and then you do the first one, And then the second one you need to do, you can't do it. Sometimes you can, like in this occasion where it's lovely and flat. You can do the points so they match up perfectly. But you can see there's nodes here that are colliding. If the track is bent at all, you will find trying to do it from the same node particularly tricky. So sometimes what you have to do is you have to come back a node, you know, and do it further back. For a perfectly flat, level, and equal one, it works fine. You can do that. The signals work like this. You put the incoming signal on that side. This one has an outgoing signal on that side. Like I said, I haven't put any other signals on this track because this is currently only for one train. I can put those in later. So there you go. So we've done that, and we've done that over here as well. He's coming up this side, but eventually he'll swap over. I double lined this the whole way and put in signals allowing for relatively longish trains, 400 or 500 meters long. Points here on this one coming in here. We have this track coming in and melding here with points here. This track I don't think needs it. I could run it in and run in both. We'll see how it goes. If I do, it's not the end of the world. It's a little bit of a jiggery pokery on this, but I've done it before. It's not a problem. So if I do need to run 4 tracks into 2, I can do it, but I don't necessarily feel that I have to at the minute. This is a long track, and there's probably only going to be a couple of trains on it. So then we head out this way, and we've got a long passing section here between the roads, which is fine. And then we've got a little bit of a section over here, which is for approaching the train station. I think that's probably enough. I think the gaps are sufficiently fine that this guy will probably be able to be up here at some point. And look, if it isn't, again, we can change it. It's not the end of the world. If we have to double line the whole lot, we have to double line the whole lot. As long as we're affording it, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, there you go. On this side, again, we've got the double line coming in and out of the station because there might be a little bit of congestion at the station side. Then we've got a long passing track down here. It's like 2 kilometers long. Then it narrows in again for a single lane. And then there's the widening down to the train station because there might be a little bit of snag ups here dropping stuff off. So I think that is that. So in terms of the lines now... So we are dropping off, let's start with this one. We are dropping off steel at Villa de Cannes hub. So from Villa de Cannes hub, we are going to pick up steel. Do we need to pick up anything else at this stage? We could, you see... We could also pick up tools here, and we could split the tools load because we seem to need a lot of tools, so that we are also picking up tools. We're picking up tools and fuel there, so we could pick up steel and tools. We could split the two. It's an interesting one. I wonder how that would play with the line. We could obviously just transition the fuel one over to a straightforward fuel, but we want machines to come back really. So the steel, we could do steel and tools back this way, and then it would be machines back. There might be room for bricks and things in the future, so let's bear that in mind. So from there, does he need to stop at this one is what I'm trying to figure out. I don't think he does. So if he's picking up steel and tools, we don't need to stop here for anything. And we're just going to carry on all the way down, right? And then we're going to be here. So this one, we'll open ourselves up to using anything. So at Villa de Cannes hub, which is up here, he is going to be picking up steel and some tools. When it gets to the other side, for now, he is going to be unloading everything. But at some point, we're going to want him to bring machines back, right? So he's going to bring the machines back, and we need to set up a line for the machines. Well, we've already got trucks running timber, so we need to sort that out. So that is the well, this wants to be renamed the Arrecife hub, right? And this line is Villa de Cannes Arrecife freight 1. So I don't think we have a Villa de Cannes Arrecife freight. No, we don't. So the Villa de Cannes Arrecife freight 1 is steel and tools, right? And then he'll be taking machines back. We do believe, right? So what have we got coming in here? Columnar Villa de Cannes. So the Columnar Villa de Cannes, down at the Villa de Cannes hub, he is going to be picking up machines and taking machines back. Does he also need bricks up there? No, they need tools up there. Right, so at Villa de Cannes hub, he is going to be picking up machines and tools. I might need to split those 50-50 because I think that the train for I think that the carriages for those are the same. Let's check. Yeah, they're the same. Okay, so let's get this right from the get-go, shall we? So the Columnar Villa de Cannes freight, when he is picking up at the Villa de Cannes hub, he is going to... We'll say 50-50 for now because we don't know what the balance is going to be. So on those wagons, they're going to split it 50-50 between the wagons for the tools and the machines. So that means tools and machines going up, steel and food coming down. Steel and tools going down, machines coming back, right on that one. So let's check this one. This is the Villa de Cannes Arrecife. So picking up at Villa de Cannes, picking up steel and picking up tools. They're different wagons, so that's great. Down here, offloading everything, picking up machines. It's all he really needs to pick up there, which is fine. Yes, so that's doing that one. That's jolly good. So then we have we've got to get steel over to the other side. Now do we want to drop the steel here on this fella? So this train that's already running here, he's already carrying timber and tools and oil. Because if we're bringing tools directly from here, the train that's doing this train that's currently doing fuel and an awful lot of tools, if we got rid of the need for tools on this one, he could just be doing fuel. Then this guy wouldn't need to be moving tools, and we could replace the tools with steel, and then the steel could be picked up here by these guys over here. Uh, ooh, the complexities, because otherwise we've now got this train, we've got a second train already bringing in, we've got a train coming in there, so this is starting to look pretty busy. So this guy, this guy in general becomes a very interesting thing. We need this here because that's fuel. So this fuel is coming over here, and the fuel is then being transferred down. He's moving oil. The oil is there. We kind of need him. He's picking up the timber. I mean, he's doing a lot of good work. And I don't really think I want to delete him, but I don't think. I think if we're replacing the tools, steel and tools train, then having a train running tools seems to be a bit superfluous, doesn't it? But I think we might want to get the tracks, the other trains up and running first before we do that. So that might be something that we need to sort out first. So uh, I would like to get a train heading over here just delivering steel for now. So just for now, we know we've got some possible future work to do, but just for now, we're going to be picking up steel and we're going to be taking it over here, right? Yes, Paul. Right. Okay. So we're going to be picking up steel from Villa de Cannes hub. Do we need anything else over there? We do, don't we? We could pick up tools because Reeves needs tools. So we could be loading up steel and tools. And we know they're different wagons, so they leave that at 100%. And then they're going over to Reeves. And at Reeves, they're going to unload the steel and the tools. And they're going to pick up the machines. Right? And they're going to bring the machines back and drop those off, and then they'll also be picked up either to go to Villa de Cans or going up to Columnar. Right? Yes, okay. So that then becomes, what we want to do is we want to rename this Rivas Vachi Madrid hub, which is fine, and we'll rename the line Villa de Cans Rivas Freight 1. Right? Okay. So, what do we have then? So we have a train that's picking up here. Oh, he's wandered out. He's come out already. Let's stop him so he doesn't go any further. um so he's going to pick up steel, he's going to pick up food. He's going to bring it down here and he's going to drop off steel and he's going to drop off food. Right. And the food trucks is already over there, which is fine. You know what we don't have though, because machines are coming back, is where the machines need to go. So we need to plunk the machines there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be running a line from here, which is going to be from there to there, and at the hub they are going to. Oh, sorry. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're very, very right. That's the wrong thing. I need to add that. So at Villa de Cannes transfer, they are going to be picking up machines and they'll be dropping them off. So that's fine. So they then become the Villa de Cannes machines trucks. And that's fine. How many of those do we need? We'll probably say about the same, right? Machines, though. Can they do machines? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, Villodicans machine trucks. Down at the bottom. Villodicans machines trucks. Right. We can't be bringing anything back yet on those routes. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So we've got food trucks and machine trucks. We've got steel and food being dropped off. We've then got steel coming down here, and we have a need for trucks down here. So we're going to have a line here, and it's going to pick up here, and it's going to go there. And at the Arrecife interchange, that is going to be picking up my steel, and it's going to go to the steel plant, and at the steel plant it is going to drop that off, and it is going to pick up machines, and the machines are going to come back. Right, we've already got tools dealt with down here, so that's not an issue. So we'll leave those machine trucks to do their thing, because that'll be the stuff that they do. And I didn't name that line, did I? I did not. That is the Arrecife steel trucks. There you go. Right, so we need Arrecife steel trucks. That is these things, but they also need machines, so we need the all cargo stuff because they're picking up things. So we'll do 6 of those. Right. Right, Arrecife steel trucks. Right, so that's those. And then we have the steel and the tools and the machines which are over here. We have timber already going over there. That's fine. We need trucks for machines. So they trucks for steel, I should say. So they're going to be picking up steel, and they're going to be taking it and dropping it off. And at the other end, they are going to be picking up machines and bringing them back. That's the Rivas steel trucks. And they're over here. And again, we're going to need these. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the Rivas steel trucks. And what else are they bringing? They're bringing tools over here as well. So we need trucks to not pick up at the train station. That's the wrong one. They need to pick up there. And actually, I need to make sure that actually the tools are going to the right place. Oh, they haven't decided yet. Oh, we've got one machine. We've got one machine there. Well, I don't know. We haven't decided on the tools yet because it's early days. So that's fine. What we will do is we will add it there, and we'll say that he is going from Rivas where they are picking up tools, and they will be dropping those off there, and we'll call that the Rivas Tools Trucks for now. Tools Trucks. Right, so that sorts that out. Now we know this guy wants machines, so but not an awful lot, and we've got machines there. So I'm just trying to think about if there's any way to make this make money. These logs guys, I wonder if these logs guys, they come in here, drop off logs, go up here, pick up machines, come back again. I might work on that one a little bit offline. Don't worry about that one. So anyway, so we've got steel and tools coming in here, and we've got machines going out again, which is great. I think that's everything. I think that's everything. Um, what we don't have is here is we don't have a hub um, for the tools and machines. So they're going to have to come from here. So that's okay. So let's see, where do they want stuff? Two different places. So we're going to want to separate these out. So that's machines. Let's do machines first. We've got a warning. What's this? A columnar bus. Cargo stop cannot be used by passenger vehicles. That's because this it's not intended for passenger vehicles. So I don't know why you're doing that. It sometimes does this for some strange reason. I don't want you, because I put that in the line, it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, people could use that. I don't want people to use it. So it added it in automatically, which I didn't want it to do. What I want this to do is I want this to pick up machines from there and take them there. So that's the Columnar Viejo sidings, and that is machines, right? And this then becomes the columnar machines trucks, right? We need a truck depot. We need a truck depot. Let's see, where can we find a cheap place to put a truck depot? Probably on the outskirts of town somewhere, in a relatively flat area. That's 24k. That's not cheap. That's 34. 19. No, 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 19. 33, 35, 37. None of this stuff is particularly cheap, people. 105,000. That's even worse. Is this what out here anywhere? 40, 50, 20? That's like, why is this all so expensive? That's like the cheapest, 17,000. That'll do. So what did we want? This is for machines. I'll do the good old 6. Columnar machines trucks. There we go, columnar machines trucks. And now we want the columnar tools trucks. So we're going to go there and, oh, I need to put in another street location. Sorry, a street location for tools. Tools, tools, tools. I generally don't like putting them on what is effectively or could be a main street. So we'll put him there. Right? Right, so we're on this line and we're going to add in that one. And then at the Columnar Viejo sidings, you are going to be picking up tools, and then you're going to be dropping them all off, which is fine. And then you become the Columnar Tools trucks. Right? And then that. 6 of those. Now then, that should hopefully mean that everything is sorted, right? We have tools and machines. We have steel being picked up. They are dropping off and picking up food, aren't they? Yep, he's dropping and picking up food, which is great, as we don't need food. Then they're coming down here. Then they are dropping off the steel and the food. We've got food trucks, which is fine, and the steel is being stored. And then the steel and tools is going down to Arrecife A, where there's trucks taking the steel, bringing the machines back. That train is then taking the machines back up here, and there's machine trucks for that. And the train is also taking machines and tools north, isn't it? Let's just check. Villa de Cannes hub. He is picking up, yep, 50-50 steel. And tools, which is great. We then have steel, which is heading over, steel and tools, which is heading over to Rivas, which is dropping off the steel and the tools. And we've got the steel trucks going over there and bringing machines back. And we have the tool trucks going into the city. And we're going to work on the machines truck with the logs, because the logs can then come down, loop here, pick that up, come back, do that. And they're kind of doing kind of a funky loop, which will save me a bit of time. Right, so we've got a train at the top doing the stuff that it needs to do at the top. So we need 2 more trains. And the thing is, we've only got 6 million. So I could do with probably a bit more money. And what I also need to do is probably go back and replace some of these wagons again. 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. Why is it doing that? It's something to do with how it calculates what needs replaced, right? So 6 million. Will that be enough? We're now down to 5 million. Should we do the so this train isn't doing anything yet, which is fine because we haven't tied. I'll take food from there, I think. Yeah, he started loading it, so he recognizes that food's a need, but we need a steel train. So this one here, we want this guy, and we've said we want steel and tools. So if we were to start with, say, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, could we afford that? We can, just to get it rolling. Sorry, strange noises in the real world outside my house. Nothing to do with you. So we can do that, and we'll buy him, and he is going on the Villa de Cannes Arrecife freight line. Now that should start that up and running, and then we could literally do the same over here with a small train. So this guy is bringing steel and tools and machines. So the tools and machines is the same. So again, hopefully 1, 2, 3, 2.2 million. Yes, okay. And then he is the Villa de Cannes Rivas. Now, in theory, if I set this running, this should start telling me that this guy is going to be starting to make steel. Shouldn't he be making steel? Let's get this train running. Because I would like my train to run. Can I pick my train, please? Sometimes it takes a little bit of a while for everything to kind of bed in and work itself out. So we'll work on this steel situation. So we've got this guy running. He's going to pick up food. He's going to head down there. He's going to do all the bits and pieces. So I need to keep an eye on this. As you saw, there was an awful lot of connections that had to be put in there that have to work. Everything has to work and everything has to tie in and everything has to function. It looks like currently we're having an issue with steel. So I don't exactly know what the story is. The steel is not coming out. That means that there's a break in the line somewhere in terms of the steel situation, which is, what we wanted this all for in the first place. So you let me have a look at that, and I'll get it back. It's probably just a tweak, and once I'm happy that everything is running, I'll call you back in, and that'll probably be the last of it. All right, I'll see you soon. Right, it's sorted. It's sorted. We're producing steel up here, which is jolly good. That is now working. This is my train. I have made him bigger already, and he is maxed out, which is great. You can see that was the last load, which wasn't full, so he makes a lot of money. He made over 2 million just on that first run, which was great. And we haven't even started. He brought back some tools, but not machines, because the machines hasn't caught up yet, because obviously there's a delay. So yes, look, there's steel. Steel is coming in here. We do have steel. These smaller trains are picking up the steel and they're moving it around. Eventually, hopefully, we'll get enough of a backlog of steel or enough of a supply of steel that we can actually make this make money. It is a long line. So we might end up needing 2 trains. That's perfectly fine if that's supplying everything and making us money. That's really good. So everything is now working as much as it can work. There's just a few delays in terms of goods being moved around and going to the places they need to and then being brought back again, but everything is moving and it will make a bit of money on that, I am sure. The issue that I immediately see, and I kind of knew this was coming anyway, is these vehicles are not supplying enough stuff to this plant. You can see here we're not even close to be supplying enough to this plant. You really need big trains, and these big trains need to supply an awful lot of stuff. So I really need to put in trains to be able to do that. And I just need to think about how to make that profitable. So that's going to be the next one. The next one is going to be me trying to figure out how we get the necessary coal and ore to this steel plant to start really maximizing the steel so that I can be delivering hundreds and hundreds of units of steel down here, which is what I need to do, so that these other places can be supplied. I need to be delivering like 400, 500 units of steel at a time, and to do that, the main problem is not this train or this route, it is supplying this so that we make enough. There isn't really. There's this plant down here which can also make steel, but as we've talked about before, it's miles away from any ore. Whereas we have coal here, but we also have, the possibility of picking up all ore from this thing if we could possibly figure out how to ever get down there. And we have a whole bunch of ores up here. Ore is probably not the problem here. Coal is the limiting problem. We have coal over there. We have coal and ore in other places. So I need to have a look at that. Is it time to have a train running down here and supplying this with steel and making steel here? Do we need to see about giving this side of the map a little bit of love? All this and many more questions will be answered in the next episode. I'll let these lines bed in and make a bit of money and have a think about where we go from here with the steel plant and the ore trains. And I will see you all again in the near future. Until then, I do hope you have liked this. If you have, click that like button. And if you're liking, why not subscribe? And if you are already a subscriber, which I'm sure all of you lovely people are, why not check out membership, super thanks, Patreon, and the merch store. Anything at all would be very, very much appreciated. And I will see you all again for another trip around Bonneyville and Transport Fever 2 real soon. Ta-ta for now.